Anthony Hartwig here with a Salem softball player profile. I am joined by Chase Toy. Chase, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
Thank you for having me.
And your name would suggest that you're running as if you're getting chased. You are one of the best base stealers in the area. I want to start off by saying that and how you've developed as a base runner over the years and how you've gotten to this point where you're sitting at the basically base stealing queen in Salem.
Yeah, it's been quite a crazy journey. I haven't really had a lot of chances to steal in the past, but this year I've really just kind of taken the reins and, just running as fast as I can.
Was that a goal coming into this season to try to become a base stealer and try to take advantage of those opportunities?
Absolutely. My sister last year was kind of on track to break the record, and she got pretty close. So this year I was like, let's make it a little harder for her to beat it in the future.
So now that you guys are going at each other with the record and record, what's that been like? Hey, I'm gonna beat the record. You're gonna beat the record.
It's been a lot of fun. We always had this sort of friendly competition. We get along really well because we've played together for years, but it's definitely a little bit of competition with the back and
One thing
forth.
we know about the Salem softball team is that it has a lot of personality on it. Take us into the dugout and what it's like being on this team with so many great personalities and so many girls that you're able to get so close to.
We're a very well bonded team. This year there's just something special about our chemistry. There's no problems. We get along so well, which obviously is rare on a softball team full of teenage girls. But yeah, there's really not a lot of drama. We get along great. We cheer each other on, always lifting each other up. So yeah.
When Coach Thorpe sent us your way, one of the things he told us was that the steals that you do get aren't cheap. Like that you're getting them legitimately.
Mhm.
When he's talking about that, he obviously thinks so highly of you. What's it been like to be under Coach Thorpe and the things that he's been able to teach you?
Oh, it's been pretty great. I've really appreciated him giving me the chance to get the steals I've gotten this year because obviously a lot of coaches they're going to be a lot more sparing than he is, but he's always willing to let me take that chance and risk it, even if it's not always the best move for our team. But he has faith in me to get there and do what I need to do. So.
Well, when you're looking at your numbers, it's usually a good bet for your team. You've only been caught stealing once all season. What gives you that confidence? Like when you're going, you have to be confident that I'm going to get there and to take that risk. What gives you that confidence in yourself?
Um, it's part of it is the numbers. I've gotten lucky a few times, and but I also know I work really hard and I know how to slide. I know how to do things to the best of my abilities. So I have faith in myself to do what I need to do to help my team.
So obviously, as people that watch the sport know, you can't steal unless you get on base, which means you're getting on base quite a bit this year as well. What's been working so well for you at the plate?
I really worked a lot on my mental game this year. In the past, I've struggled with getting down on myself, and if I had it bad at bat, it would carry over to the next one, and I'd be thinking about that too much. But yeah, this year I've focused on just having fun, going out there and doing the best that I can, no matter what the outcome is.
I like that you brought up the mental game because this season has been up and down for Salem, and you've definitely had some adversity on this team, which is softball. That's just the sport. It's built to make you fail. How have you guys handled the mental aspect of the game and trying to stay confident through it?
Yeah, like you said, there's definitely been some adversity. We're playing a lot of good competition, but I think we're really just handling it by staying positive and lifting each other up and having fun, even when we're losing by a lot. And it's the same thing, even if we're losing or ahead in the game, like we're just staying positive and lifting each other up no matter what.
And you said it. Even if you are losing, you look at these scores, and not a lot of times is it by a lot. There aren't a lot of games this year where you've been, completely out of the game. You've been competing really well. What's that mean to the confidence of this team, knowing that hey, maybe we didn't come out of the right end of this score, but we are right there. We're making the right moves. We're making the right steps. What's that do for you guys going forward into tournaments?
Um, it's actually really exciting. Obviously, in the past few years, we haven't stayed close with Marlington or West Branch or those teams, but this year we did, and we know that's improvement for next year. And like I said, my sister plays, and she's younger than me, and so I still get to watch how this team is going to grow and do better, and say, "Oh yeah, I helped it get there." So yeah.
I like that you brought that up because one of the things that kind of hallmarks a great leader is what they do when what the program does when they leave. What are some things that you hope you see when you have to just be the spectator on this softball program instead of being out there playing?
I really hope that I see the team still staying positive and staying bonded as a team no matter what. I want them to be loud and going crazy in the dugout, cheering each other on for sure.
When we always ask the leaders of a current team, what leaders of the past showed them how to lead? When you think of the leaders that you've had in your career that showed you how to be the leader that you are now, what names pop into your head?
Um, I would honestly have to go to my travel team for that. Uh, when I joined travel ball, I was a lot younger than these older girls, but I know Megan Hipley still plays. She plays for Alliance. Maddie Wyke is another one, but they were definitely great leaders on the team. Yeah, but that's not really our high school girls.
Ah, it's whoever taught you how to lead. You know that can be some a lot of sources. But on the flip side, next year, if we interview a Salem leader that's leading the team next year, we ask them what they learned from being your teammate and how they learned how to lead from being your teammate. What do you hope their answer would be to that?
I would definitely hope that they would say hard work would be one because I definitely hope to instill that in my teammates. Another one would just be to stay positive and have a good attitude no matter what the circumstances.
Let's talk about your softball journey. Obviously, you work hard at the sport. You play travel. You play it so many months out of the year. When did you start? When did you kind of start to fall in love with it? When did you start taking it super seriously?
So I've played softball most of my life. I started doing rec ball like 8 years ago or something, but then I joined travel ball maybe 4 years ago, and that's when I really started to get serious. But it honestly, softball was my first love. Like it's I eat, sleep, and breathe it. It's kind of everything. And but yeah, 4 years ago or so is when I started taking it really seriously and did it year round.
Is it one of those things that you've loved ever since you can remember playing, or was there like a moment or a season or maybe a summer where you're like, I love being out here on the softball field?
It's honestly just been forever. My mom played D1 ball, so she kind of started me young and got me on it and taught me how to love it.
We have to talk about that. Having a mom that is definitely in the you know the halls of softball with the D1 softball resume. What's that been like? Being able to ask her for advice and go to her for stuff and things like that.
It's been amazing, honestly. She made me the player I am today. I wouldn't be where I am without her. Because whenever I'm struggling, I can go out and hit off the tee, and she'll come out and coach me. And yeah, it's definitely been hard at times because she knows I can do better than I am sometimes. So it's just the expectations are higher, but it's definitely made me a better ball player.
What do you think is are some of the biggest points of advice that you've gotten from her over your career?
Uh, Probably the suck it up buttercup is a good one. Or, you know, get out of your head. Those are some good
Uh,
points of advice.
when you think of times that you had to suck it up, Buttercup, I mean, what are like the things that come to mind when she really has to say that to you?
Sometimes you dive and it hurts a little bit, or you know, hits don't go the way they need to, or stuff like that. It's always just get over it and move on, do better next time.
Now, I have no idea where this next question is going, but I was told to ask it to you by your coach, so
Oh
it's his
boy.
fault. Michael Thorpe said that there's a funny story with your nickname, which is Turkey, and to ask about it. So I got to ask about it. What's behind Turkey?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is kind of a long story. So we had a girl on our team last year. Her name's Layla Murray, and she could not come up with a nickname for me. No one could, because Chase told her, like, "What are you gonna do with that?" Uh, so she was like, "All right, Chasey Basey." Well, that kind of sounds like baster, so Turkey Baster. That was where they went with that, and then I told them I didn't like that, so then it became Turkey Chaser. So now I'm just Turkey Chaser.
So what I'm guessing when you said you didn't like that, the Turkey part was probably the part that you were thinking they would change, right? Like, and then they just kept the turkey and said turkey chaser instead of turkey baster.
Well, people just definitely weren't understanding where it was coming from, and every time I like play against a different team, they'd be like, "What is that? Where did that come from?" I'm like, "Man, I didn't even know. It's a long story."
It's great. It gives you definitely that unique identity. But one of the things we also have to talk about before we let you go is your future, obviously, what you're going to do after high school. What are some of your plans and goals that you have for yourself in the next couple of years?
So I'm not actually going to be playing college ball. I had a few offers, but it's just not the best choice for me right now. I will continue to play travel ball. But I'm actually starting my own business instead of going straight into college. Probably going to take a semester off and then go back into business admin.
Let's talk about your business that you're starting. You give us a little plug. What kind of business are you going into? What started that thing, and how kind of excited are you for that endeavor?
So I'm actually doing laser engraving. I got my engraver, got it set up and going. I'm going to be doing like wood engraving, that kind of thing. I'm actually really excited about it. I've always been really into art and crafts and that kind of thing. So it's really a good thing for me to go into and start making money.
How did you fall into laser graving? What was one of the things that like made you, obviously proficient in that enough to start a business?
So I actually, my dad knew some people that were doing it, and it was really successful for them. Um, and so they kind of helped me get started into it, and that's when I realized, like, oh yeah, this is something I can do. I'm good at this. So yeah.
So since you've decided not to play college softball, like you said, you're still going to play travel ball. What other ways can you see yourself keeping the game as a part of your life? Can we see a coach toy maybe somewhere in the future? You think that would be something that you're good at?
I would love to coach. Honestly, I'm definitely planning on maybe taking on an 8U team or something like that. I actually help at my coach's building a lot too. I help do hitting lessons and stuff like that. But yeah, I would love to be a coach one day.
In that same sense, obviously you work with a lot of little, girls that want to be you when they grow up, want to be where you're at, want to be at that varsity level. What kind of advice do you give them when they're, coming to you for advice?
Definitely just say, keep your head up no matter what. Even if you're having a rough day, there's always tomorrow. There's always next time. You can do better and make things better for yourself. Yeah, I also always say, lift your teammates up, and they'll lift you up back, and that's always creates a good atmosphere.
You're almost done with high school, but you're not quite there yet. So we're gonna get a little bit reflective. What have been some of your favorite parts about being a part of this program at Salem, and some of the favorite memories that you've collected over the last 4 years?
Um, we always put on a good show. We're always making the other team crack up laughing because we're always doing dumb stuff. Um, Also, our Tennessee trip that we do is always a blast. And this year it was a great time, even though the weather wasn't great. Um, but yeah, we're always having fun.
We'll go more in general with that question. What are some of your favorite parts about being a part of this community that you're going to miss, and being part of the Salem school system and being able to represent those colors and the Quakers across your chest?
It's hard to move on from something that has been a part of my life for so long. I love these girls with all my heart. We're a great group, and I'll definitely miss them. I fully plan on staying in touch and coming back to watch all the games, and supporting my sister and my friends that are still on the team. But yeah, I'll miss it.
Want to take some time to get to know you off the field before we let you go. So my first question is, are you more of a sunrise person or a sunset person?
Definitely a sunset person. I can never be
Night owl or early to rise?
night owl.
So you're going to be happy when you don't have to wake up at 6 a.m. anymore for school.
Oh yeah.
What's kind of the morning routine when you're getting ready for school? What are some things that you always keep to as a consistent routine?
Well, I'm actually homeschooled, so there's not a whole lot of consistency to my life. But I mean, staying in pajamas most of the day, that's pretty consistent.
That's good. When you think about, obviously being homeschooled, what are some of the things that you kind of like about that, and some of your favorite things to learn about?
Um, I love the freedom of it. I kind of get to learn about what I want and go at my own pace and everything. It's pretty great.
What have been some of your favorite kind of things to educate yourself about over the last 4 years of your high school?
I love all kinds of history. I'm kind of a nerd, but yeah, I love diving deep into history.
All right, if you could transport yourself into any point in history, whether it's American history, world history, place would you want to go and see firsthand with your own eyes?
Ancient Greece, 100%. It would be so
Why
beautiful.
ancient Greece? What is it about ancient Greece that kind of attracts you to it?
It's just so pretty, all the architecture and everything. I just can't imagine what it would have looked like when it was brand new.
Or you had that same time machine, and we're telling you have to go into the future. How far would you want to go to see yourself, to see where you are able to get to? How far would you want to go into the future?
Maybe 10 years or so, because who knows where I'll end up.
All right, Chase. Before we let you go, I want to give you the chance to thank your support system, all the people that are there for you throughout the years, and all the people that you wouldn't be where you are without.
Yeah, thanks to my teammates so much for this year. It's been a blast. I've loved playing with you guys. I want to thank my parents too. I wouldn't be where I am without you, or even close to where I am. And thanks to my coaches as well. You've helped me get to where I am. That's all I got.
All right, Chase. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. We wish you the best of luck in the last couple games of the season. We hope you're able to finish off your senior year with some positivity. We can't wait to talk to you again real soon.
Thank you.